Adobe Creative Cloud, looks like you're already in there.
Yep.
And what do you want to make? Do you want to make a poster? Do you want to make a video?
Want to make a video.
Okay.
Specifically, because that's what my AKS is asking for. It needs multimedia / video and audio.
Okay.
So that they can incorporate this into their HTML pages so that when they turn in their project, they've got a web page that has, they've got to have photography, they've got to have some sort of video on there, they've got regular content, as well as using all the tools that I've been teaching them in CodeHS so far.
So Mr. Hood, we made a checklist how you want to incorporate audio, video, multimedia into your class. Do you have any other idea or any changes or things you'd maybe like to add or in the future?
Moving forward, the different things that we have in the AKS for the different classes that I teach, one of the things I do want to get into is the animation. We know based on where we are as far as what's available around Atlanta that CGI, animation, things like that for movies is big, and so this has the ability to allow them to add audio. They can actually create movement. You know, you don't have to just use some of these coding things for creating games or stuff like that, or just writing simple programs. We can actually create animations.
Yes.
And so then I would want to take that forward and create multimedia that way.
Okay.
I think that would be a good viable path based on the AKS, the standards that they have in front of them,
Right.
that they could create something.
Okay. So that's good. So you've got an intro to audio and video, so now you're looking to even go to a higher end of animation.
Absolutely. It has to have visual and it's got to have sound so that you can put this into the web page project that you're just about to start. Once you've got it designed, the biggest thing is you're going to have to save it. Where are you going to save it? You're going to have to save it. No, you cannot. You could probably send it through there, but an easy way. Sign into eClass and put it into your locker.
All right. So Mr. Hood, you and I are going to walk around and just make sure they're logged in.
Oh, yeah.
And you're giving them free aid for them to create anything?
Yes.
Okay. Are you downloading? All right.
Well, that's one of the things I did. I made them log in to Adobe Express before we came here.
Okay, you did.
I wanted to make sure they could get in there so that we wouldn't have any issues moving forward. And when they got here,
I find that the hardest thing about Adobe Express is the navigation to log in. So what you want to do is go to your Gwinnett County staff page and under Tools, click on Google Workspace for Education, and that will log you in to your school email. And then after you're logged in, you'll go back to that staff homepage under Adobe Creative Cloud, and you'll click on Access Adobe Express. And there you are. You're in your Adobe Express. And then under the plus sign, you'll see a list of things that you can create: video, poster, web page, and it saves online. So under your stuff will be projects that you started, former projects, and it's awesome because you can't lose it. It's an online editing project. So that is the hardest part, and then you can get going with what I've trained you to do as far as what project you want to do. To make a video, go to the plus sign.
okay.
That gives you all the various tools that they might want to create. And then this is where your video audio line will be.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
You upload it. Now, if they have it on their phone, What
Yes.
I tell them to do is log into their Google Drive from their
And then
phone.
send it.
And you send it to your Google Drive,
Ah, okay.
and then it's in your
Excellent.
download folder.
Okay.
And then they upload. Everything's download, upload.
Okay, yes,
So
yes,
then-
I know what you're talking
so
about.
let's-
It'll let me move it around, but it's.
Try
Ah,
dragging
wait a
the,
minute.
there you go.
Now we've got it. Okay,
Yeah.
so it
It's
apparently grabbed a frame that
Yes.
is around it,
Yeah,
so.
so there you go.
Yes.
And you notice how you can do multiple pictures
Yes.
in just this video clip.
Yes, I'm noticing that.
So that's really nice. Now, what does it give you?
Oh, it doesn't find it. I was looking for downhill UCI videos.
Yeah.
For the racing that they normally do on the weekends. That may be restricted.
So if it is, you get it from Google.
Okay.
And if it's a video clip and you download it, it would be in your downloads.
This is a video of a guy who is riding his mountain bike, and he is doing some of the jumps that you can do when you're riding through the woods and you come up to some of the berms. Oh, wait a second. Video of a guy who is riding his mountain bike, and he is doing some of the jumps that you can do when you're riding through the woods and you come up to some of the berms.
Okay, so that's where it's burns.
Yep.
So you could stretch your video to match your audio.
So we can do that. So should I drag this back, or will it start at
No,
the
you
beginning?
you can move it after you've recorded it, but I always
Okay.
put the playhead where I want it to go. It
Okay.
sounds like bike racing.
Yes,
And then
definitely.
choose the one. You can just sample them.
I sort of actually like that one pretty well. It would go well with what I'm.
Now you've got,
Oh, nice! I see. So now I see both my audio files.
Yep.
With my video file on top.
it's cool, you could do double audio, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, that's nice. So that you can add
Yeah.
music on top of whatever you're saying.
Right.
And then I guess the question is raising your different audio levels so that
Right.
the music is not overpowering
Right.
what you're saying.
So we're gonna look for that.
So volume is at 100%, but what I wonder if it'll let me take the volume down here. See, if I click on either one of the audios, it shows me a sound level, whereas I would want 100% for me, but this is I've actually taken this down, so let me try something.
Do you have a time frame that you're thinking you would like to introduce these softwares to your class?
The problem is you run into, while one class is working on something
course.
here, another class
Right.
is going to be hitting something later down the line. Things like my 7th grade class, they're mostly cybersecurity, but it's my 6th and 8th grade classes where I go
Adobe.
over this stuff, the different programming and what they can do. Not particular with 6th grade, we're coming into this stuff now as we've done all this work setting things up. So they're just getting into the programming and whatnot, but they've still got a little bit more to learn before they get there.
And we have to do it by mid-December.
Yes,
So
yes.
sometime
I
probably
pretty
in
much
November.
probably have to be done by the end of November with most of my stuff.
Okay, so that's about right.
Yeah.
So then we'll shoot for before exams, which, you know, we
Yes,
can.
they will be doing the academics and then 3 days for makeups. We'll have to do it probably the week before. So when my kids come back from Thanksgiving, I'm hoping that they'll be working on their project at that point where the 6th grade is creating their animations.
Okay,
Okay?
okay,
And I'll be spending the next 3 weeks getting them prepped for that pretty
okay,
much.
which will be partly introducing them to Adobe Express?
Yeah, I definitely want to go through and see
Yeah,
how I can possibly implement that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think in some ways versus some of the other computer science teachers, I've reached out and done some things that maybe were not traditional in our course. But I mean, I feel like it's necessary. I feel like the only way that these kids are really going to get a good grasp on what the future holds
Right.
is doing things that aren't traditional. They're not walking the same path that other people have done. Every year that I've taught, I've always found another place to expand into because I just feel like I'm limiting them if I don't do that.